Hey everybody, welcome back to Guys Night Lab. I'm Jesus, and welcome to another edition of 5 Minute Movie Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about a little movie called A Quiet Place Day One. I saw this movie over the weekend, and it is a sequel. It's not a sequel, it's technically a prequel to A Quiet Place, which stars John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. So this is the third installment, but not the third movie or trilogy. It's a prequel, so it's day one, and it stars Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quin, who's Eddie from Stranger Things, and Jisman Hansu. You might recognize him from Blood Diamond, Guardians of the Galaxy, Amistad's probably like his most famous one. I mean, he's famous for a lot of things, but that's kind of what really put him on the map when he was really getting back. I think I don't know if he won an Academy Award. He was nominated for it, but yeah. So it stars them. But in Quiet Place 1, if you don't know about Quiet Place, there's a couple spoilers. Quiet Place, the first one, the original, is a really great movie. It stars John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, and it's pretty much like the whole movie is kind of silent. There's no music, I don't think. There's nothing. It's just pure silence, and the intro starts off with a bang, and you just kind of has you at the edge of your seat. And then the sequel is just a continuation from the first one, like straight continuation, and it's pretty good as well. The first one is great. This one is it's not like a spin-off, but it's a prequel, kind of day one, shows you like the aliens, dark angels, whatever you want to call them, arriving at the scene. But to kind of set up a little bit, there might be a little spoilers, but here's a synopsis of what happens in the movie. Lupita's character, her name's Samira, and she, you'll find out right away, but she's actually dying of cancer. And I don't know if she has like weeks or I don't think she has months, because it's kind of bleak and stated. So I think she has weeks, maybe even days. But she's in hospice, and they go to like the city, and she really wants to get pizza, because she doesn't know how much time she has left. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the city and get pizza. There's more to it, but that's the gist of it. And then as they're in the city, that's when like the aliens kind of start attacking and everything. Just kind of throwing it out there, like I liked this movie, but I didn't love it. I think and I heard this from a lot of people who watched it, was when you thought of day one, you kind of wanted to see like what was gonna happen, kind of maybe like around maybe the world, or at least the city of the aliens kind of attacking, and you kind of see that a little bit, but it's more through the perspective of Lupita Samara's character, her character Samara, through her lens. Like, so you don't really see any military. You kind of see some military getting dragged away, or people getting dragged away, and you kind of see a little thing that's going on in the city, but it's always through her lens. It's never through like another person's perspective, which I think a lot of people wanted. I think a lot of people wanted to see like, through the military perspective, or just other people's, side characters through their perspective of what was going on. But I guess that would be like one of my complaints with the movie. So anyway, so she's trying to make it out of there, but then she realizes, what's the point? And she wants to go get pizza. So it's kind of like a funny, not funny, it's not supposed to be funny, but kind of like a quirky thing where she's like, I'm not trying to escape, I just want to go get pizza. You find out later in the movie why she wants to do that. But she encounters like a young kid and his little sister, and they're trying to escape the island on boats because they realize that the aliens can't go on water. But then she meets this guy named Eric, who is Joseph Quinn, and it's kind of weird. I mean, it's a good like I guess you could say platonic relationship, but it's weird how they like he sees a cat, and then the cat like is Lupita Nyong'o's her character's, it's like a service cat or whatever. And so Joseph Quinn, Eric, his name's Eric in the movie, he sees the cat, and he follows the cat, which leads him to Samara, and then he just starts following her. And I never understood that. Like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, not to say that I don't get it, but like you gotta escape the city, you gotta get out of here, but then he's just like following Samara now, because I don't know, it didn't really make sense. So I guess it's just kind of like, survival. And he kind of explained that he wanted to be around someone, but she went to go get pizza, and he's like, I'm gonna go with you. It just didn't really add up to me. So in a whole, the movie was okay. It's definitely the lesser of the three movies. Quiet Place, the first one is the best one. Second one was it's bad. It's good. It's not as good as the first one. And this one's okay. I think the day one. I mean, I know Lupita Nyong'o is like, I know she's like the main character and she's the center of the movie, and she does great. But I think a lot of people wanted to see like the day one of like what's going on, and I think it would have been way better. I mean, if I would have written this movie or thought of an idea, it's like I would have broken it up in maybe like different chapters and had different people, maybe in different states or even different people like around the city. Um, like they could have done a really good Cloverfield version of this where you had to be quiet. I mean, not like a handheld, found footage type, but like just where they just followed it and it was exciting. It's just, I felt like there was a lot of downtime. Obviously, it was quiet at points, but it wasn't, I guess, exciting. It wasn't entertaining. It was dramatic, which was great, and it was supposed to be dramatic, but it was, I don't know how to explain it. Like, even in Quiet Place 1, it was dramatic, it was intense, it was emotional, but the times where it was supposed to be suspenseful and at your seat and nerve-wracking, you were like, oh gosh. Where this one, it was like, you're kind of nerve-wracked and at your seat, but you're like, okay, whatever. But overall, it was an okay movie. I liked it overall, but it wasn't my favorite out of the Quiet Place, and it wasn't my favorite movie. I think they could have done so much more, especially like dropping that day one tag on it. I think when you drop something like day one, you really got to expand the universe. You got to explore why it's day one, like what's going on. But it wasn't about day one. It was about Lupita Nyong'o's character. So they should have just called it something else, like Quiet Place, New York City or something. I don't know, something, just anything but day one. Because when you hear day one, then you think, oh, I'm gonna be seeing everything that's going on with the aliens and the monsters or whatever, and what's going on in like the city or maybe different states or the military. But you didn't really get a lot of that, or not even. I mean, you kind of got just a little sprinkle of that, if even, which was, I think, kind of disappointing. But overall, okay movie. Definitely check it out. But just be prepared. It might not be the best or as good as the other ones. So, anywho, I'm Jesus from Guys Night Lab, and if I don't have another review before then, happy 4th of July, and I will see you on the next one. All right, take care. Bye.